Kaziranga National Park in Assam has the largest population of the greater one-horned rhino in the world. Every year, it attracts hundreds of tourists from around the world. It is beginning of November and our home Kaziranga National Park has already seen the first trickle of tourists. Let me introduce myself. I am a lady rhino, or as the visitors call me, the greater one-horned rhinoceros. Naturally, I get a lot of attention from the visitors as I wander about. Now that I have my little Rhina, she accompanies me everywhere. Rhina is my 1 year old calf, the prettiest in the entire park. The visitors love her almost as much as I love her. I enjoy watching my daughter look at the jeeps and the elephants with groups of excited people on them. She is delighted by them, and that is delightful for me. The greater one-horned rhinoceros is a mammal found mainly in northeast India. I hear the tour guide explain to the visitors. He is right. We live in the grasslands at the foothills of the Himalayas, but until some years ago, our home was not safe for us. Many of us were hunted for our unique horns. Human beings are so greedy. Fortunately, today there are strong laws and safety measures in place to protect us, and I can see the change that this has made. There are more of us now, although we do not live together as herd. I do see many other rhinoceroses or small groups of mothers and their calves. We sometimes exchange notes and discuss how relieved we are to not have to worry about hunters and poachers. Over the years, I have wandered about Kaziranga and have seen that the park is varied and large. I especially love the tall elephant grass and the tropical forests. However, Raina seems to enjoy walking in the marshland. Sometimes we walk into one of the four major rivers in our park. The Brahmaputra is cool and comfortable on a hot day. It is winter now, but the afternoons are still warm. I think Raina and I will have a fun in the Brahmaputra today, but since she is only a year old, I will take her to a safe spot away from the place where the larger animals gather. As the moment I can spot a wild boar on an Asiatic white water buffalo. Otherwise, we are surrounded by a hornbill and Assam roofed turtle and an family of monitor lizards. The river is lovely to wade in, but it also reminds me of the endless rain and flood of last year. More than three-quarters of the park was flooded, and we had to rush outside the southern border. Several of us moved to the higher regions of Mikri Hills. My friend Jumki told me yesterday that the Indian Army has now constructed raised sections or chopris for us. I am so glad we can be safe on top of these chopris if it rains too much this year. Raina will soon need to learn about the other animals that live with us in the park, but she is so bright that she can already recognize the tiger, the leopard, the Bengal fox, and the holog gibbon. Did you know that the holog gibbon is the only ape living in India? Once I showed Raina the Ganges dolphin in one of the rivers. She gets puzzled when she sees all the birds. She says that the Dalmatian pelson, the Indian vulture, and the black billed tern all look alike. Can you imagine that? Those birds are so different from one another, but she is learning. I like watching little Rhina splash in the water besides me, and I know that she will make friends here. She will grow up by surrounded by open grasslands and the most fascinating flora and fauna. So many forests are being cut down everywhere that I'm glad that she has a safe home here. I hope that, like many of us, she too will learn to enjoy the friendship of human. Dear Samir, what a treat I had this winter. Mom and dad organized a trip to Kaziranga National Park in Assam, and I saw the most amazing wildlife: deer, sambar, elephants, water buffalo, a rock python, and even the famous greater one-horned rhinoceros. It was an ancient looking majestic creature waiting over 1600 kg, and was taller than that. I was amazed by its thick brown folded skin and its single bone. I felt as if I had walked into a film set of some patriotic era movie. In fact, prehistoric era movie. In fact, we spotted a mother rhinoceros with her calf. Soon the two entered the river nearby and began swimming with wild abandon. It was a warm day, and I learned that rhinos spend most of the day lying in pools and rivers. The tour guide informed us that they are excellent swimmers and can even run very fast, up to 55 kilometers per hour. That is faster than our jeep was going. The rhinos also kept making sounds, and the guide told us that this was a bleat and that was a squeak or a grunt or a roar. He stressed that rhinos are very vocal and make at least 10 different sounds for emotions, but I have to say, that all the sounds they made seemed much the same to me. I hope you will be able to see this fascinating creature sometime soon. The greater one-horned rhinoceros is listed as a vulnerable species because of excessive hunting and poaching. Fortunately, national parks such as Kaziranga ensure that the endangered and vulnerable animals have a safe natural habitat. This particular park spans over more than 400 square kilometers, and naturally we could not see the entire place. Mom explained that it has been declared a world heritage site by UNESCO. I later read that in 1904 Mary Curzon, the wife of George Curzon, who was viceroy of India at the time, wanted to see the rhinoceroses that this place was famous for, and she couldn't spot a single one. She then persuaded her husband to ensure that the wildlife is protected. Thank you to all these efforts, the park now has the world's largest population of one-horned rhinoceros. We spotted our first one within our drive. It seems strange to be back now in this concrete jungle after taking in all the sights and sounds of wildlife in the park. I want to go there again soon, maybe to a different part of the park, and maybe you can join us next time. Thank you so much.